Attention, please.
This uploading is only for educational purpose.
No intention to infringe copyrights.
Learning English with subtitles GPITRAL.
Follow us.
It's that time of year when the Brainiac Corporation gets physical. Yes, the whole team's got the day off, ready to pull on their plimsolls, bare naked flesh, and join together in the spirit of scientific sporting competition. Stand by for thrills, spills, and increased heart rates.
Hello.
Welcome to the worst excesses of science abuse that are the Brainiac Sports Day.
Brainiac. 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 Brainiac.
Welcome to the Brainiac Sports Day, the show that does for science what lunchboxes do for sprinters.
The big sports science tonight. An explosive meeting between athletics and chemicals. Can rockets be used to play football?
Blast off!
And which state of matter reigns supreme?
Joining me here at this sporting extravaganza is my expert summariser, John Tickle. There he is, there.
Hi, Vic. Yes, we've got some great experiments and events lined up. It's going to be a cracking day.
Joining me all the way from Russia is liquid nitrogen expert Yuri Abusikov. Hello, Yuri. We've also got Dr. John P. Kilcoyne with us. Doc, are you looking forward to it?
Yes, I'm really looking forward to it. It's going to be very, very special.
And Nuss here in case anybody needs anything kissing better.
Hi, Vic.
But before all that, no sporting event would be complete without the opening torch ceremony. But what if you were entrusted with the flame of Olympus and lost it and had to quickly make a makeshift one out of objects found around the house? Objects like a baguette, an umbrella, a stack of ice cream cones, a used toilet brush, or a bratwurst sausage. Which of these would make the best DIY torch? Each of these DIY torches has been doused in a special lighting fuel. Which one do you fancy, John?
This bratwurst sausage, I like that one. That's full of animal fats, and that's going to go up like a candle. The toilet brush, well, it's used. There's loads of petrochemicals left over from the toilet on there. This one, far too insubstantial and quite unwieldy. I don't think that one's going to do very well. As for the umbrella, it's got a nice wooden handle there. That will burn quite well. And as for the baguette, well, lots of carbohydrates, lots of sugars in bread, so that one's going to keep going for a long time.
Which one do you fancy then, John?
If you're a betting man, Vic, put a couple of quid on the toilet brush.
Well, that's the theory. Let's get on with the practice.
Aye.
Ready, get set, go!
As they jostle for position, it's an early lead for the toilet brush. When the torches enter the stadium, they'll have to deal with the added obstacles of rain and wind to be the first to ignite this combustible caravan of light. Technique is key. They can't run too fast for fear of their torches going out and must also maintain a dignified gait that befits the honour of setting fire to a tatty old caravan. Oh, and the toilet brush is extinguished there by our torrential rain simulation. Wind's taking an unfair exception to umbrella. Still, those two do have a history. Only 3 torches left on the final straight. And oh, the cornets have fallen. Their spun sugar structure reduced to a crumbly caramel mess by the heat. So it's salami versus baguette, and baguette's out. It's high water content acting as an internal fire extinguisher, leaving salami to take the unprecedented glory. It's 80% fat content burning away like a candle of pig lard. Time to light a beacon of sport that will outshine the very best of Olympic flames and possibly even the sun itself. Magnificent!
I now declare the Brainiac Sports Day officially open. Let the games begin. As any physicist will tell you, everything that exists, even you at home, falls into one of three categories: solid, liquid, and gas. But which state of matter is the best? We've arranged 3 trials of athletic strength to find out. And the question now is, which is the best at the high jump? What's the high jump, John?
Well, Vic, the furthest up in the air wins.
And the first competitor today is the liquids. And is that Greek fire, John?
We couldn't find the recipe for that, so instead we've gone for isopropyl alcohol. It ignites really well, so it should send it right up into the air there.
Excellent. And what's next?
We have our old favourite, carbon dioxide. It has the great advantage of being compressible, so we can release lots of energy very quickly.
Wow, that sounds tremendous. And finally, we've got solids who've got the most solid of all solids. It's an anvil. Can ironmongery take the biscuit, John?
I think it can. The plan here is quite simple. We're going to winch it up and then drop it down on one end of this seesaw, then a mannequin on the other end, and that'll go shooting up into the air.
Brilliant. And how much does that anvil weigh, John?
48 kilograms, Vic.
So that's about the same weight as a chest of drawers full of mutton?
Yes.
Fabulous. Who do you favour to win, John?
I think I'm going for the liquid.
Let's hope you're right, John. Liquid, into position.
The technique is very simple. Let's face it, it'd have to be. The high jumper is placed into a makeshift cannon on top of 5 bags of isopropyl alcohol, which will then be ignited.
Liquid, go!
And it's a good start by the liquids team. The decision to go with isopropyl alcohol, which uses thermal conductivity to subsonically combust, has pushed the mannequin to a not unimpressive height of 9 meters. If I'm very much mistaken, that's a new world record.
Gas, into position.
And the gas team have also opted for the cannon method of launch. But they'll have to make it a snug fit if the CO2's going to build up enough pressure to pop that jumper like a champagne cork.
Go, gas, go!
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that is unbelievable. 25 meters and all that from a standing start. Gas has literally raised the bar. And one has to say, a textbook landing there.
Solids, in position.
And so it's up to the solids with their 48 kilograms of anvil, children's seesaw and, let's face it, frankly tentative grasp of Newtonian mechanics to step up to the mark and take the lead off the gases.
And solids, go!
In other words,
Well, let's face it, Sir Isaac wasn't exactly known for his athletic ability. Pitiful attempts by the solids, giving them a shameful 2 meters. There's only one word for it, and that's pathetic. Which means that after the first event, gases take the 3 points, liquids 2, and although they don't deserve any, solids 1. Join us later for event number 2, the shot put. You join us with Bays and Brainiac, about to go head-to-head in what's set to be a thrilling contest. Bays, a tightly woven woolen cloth usually laid across slate for snooker to be played on, so stretched across this frame, it's considered the outsider today. Brainiac, the veteran of dozens of victorious bouts. He's the clear favourite. So, running at full speed, will he break through the bays or bounce off? It's a bounce off! What a result for Bays. On the replay you can see Brainiac throwing himself into the contest, but he never stood a chance. The Bays bulges and then spits the Brainiac back to claim victory. Bays, something you can't run through.
Hello, and I'm here at Britain's main swimming pool for the best national dress for swimming freestyle medley, and this is the final. Let's meet some of the competitors.
Yes, we've got 6 Brainiacs in 6 national costumes ready to thrash it out in the learner pool, so we can find out which country has the best national dress for swimming in. From Scotland, it's the Tam O'Shanter, kilt, sporran and springy ginger hair. For the USA, it's cowboy clobber of chaps, pony hide waistcoat and Stetson. Representing Germany, the smooth green leather of lederhosen matched with a jaunty hat. From England, it's the ermine and velvet of Tudor wife swapper Henry VIII. Beside him, from Mexico, it's the sombrero, poncho, maracas and droopy mustache. And finally, from Saudi Arabia, it's cool, long flowing robes and a fluffy beard that says, I'm not a woman, so I can do what I like. But which national dress will be the fastest for swimming in?
Competitors ready? On your marks, get set and go.
And they're off! With his streamlined headscarf, the Arab's off to a good start. Back in Saudi, he's swimming in oil, so a dip in the water presents few challenges. The German's beer-based paunch is giving him ballast, and his leather lederhosen a dolphin-like outer skin. Is this one battle between nations he could finally win? Henry VIII's hat has slipped, heavy velvet making for a poor swimming cap. It saturates easily and obscures vision. His wives would be literally laughing their heads off. The Mexican's going like he's making a break for the border, but it's hard going with his maracas in his hands. He's unable to make paddles with his palms, necessary for successful swimming, and he's out. Looks like Henry VIII has stopped for a royal wee. The cowboy's 10-gallon hat doesn't actually hold 10 gallons of water, but he's still being weighed down, as any air pocket in those traditional garments gets waterlogged and heavy. And they're on to the second leg. Fueled by deep-fried haggis and a set of unreasonable grievances, the Scotsman's doing well, his skimpy woolen kilt allowing freedom of movement. Like any American, our cowboy found it easy to start this battle, but as the going gets tough, he's no idea how to finish it, and he's out of the race. The Arab started well, but with a sodden heavy gown, it looks like he's run into the sand. That leaves it between the Scot and the German. They're neck and neck, and it's a photo finish. By a matter of nanoseconds, the German's pudgy hand beats the pinched fingers of the Scot to a verruca-encrusted poolside. So, the best national dress for a swimming race is German.
Incredible. And second, of course, is Scotland.
Which will burst first? A sporting conundrum posed by Dr. John P. Kilcoyne, Principal Lecturer at the University of Sunderland. So, what chemicals does Dr. Kilcoyne have in his sports bag today?
Liquid air, solid carbon dioxide, balloons. Which will burst first?
Find out which wins the race after the break. Also to come on Brainiac Sports Day, what makes the best improvised ice skate? Can rockets help in a penalty shootout? And Ozart! Super Brainiac bowls out a caravan.